What's happening, guys? This is basically a response to my previous video in which I discussed the recent updates regarding the new filming locations, which will be a subway station from 1945 and some other, and the one particular one, the Times Square, the battle at the Times Square. Now, as I mentioned before in my previous video, I think the battle at the Times Square, which requires 50-60 days of filming, so I suppose it's a huge battle, you know. It will probably be a final battle, or maybe actually a first confrontation between Spidey and Electro. So I think that's how I think the things are going to be. The things are going to turn out. You know, that's just my theory. A few things I think that will actually happen in a movie. So at some point, I think at some point, just a second, guys. At some point, when Electro will first discover his powers, you know, or whatever it will be, maybe it's his suit, you know, the suit that will give him the powers. Not exactly like in the comics, you know. At some point, Electro will try to absorb all the electricity in New York City, in particular in Manhattan, you know, in order to boost his powers. You know, I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to happen. You know, Jamie Foxx going all insane, finding all the possible energy sources in New York City, and it will actually cause what I mentioned in my own script. It will actually cause a blackout in New York City. That's my theory, and you know, Spidey finds out about it, you know, and he sort of rushes to the Times Square, you know, and that might be actually their first confrontation with Electro, you know, and obviously they will fight, you know, fight to death. It will be some huge, spectacular battle with awesome CGI, you know, and at some point Spidey will lose the battle. I'm pretty sure about this one as well. First confrontation will be the one Spidey loses in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, you know. Jamie Foxx takes over Spider-Man, you know, and just like in the comics, you know, in many issues, in this particular issue I choose this one to show you guys because in this particular issue, just like in the first one, Spidey actually beats Electro with his brain, you know, with his mind, you know, sort of like, you know, his bright ideas. At some point when he loses the fight, Spidey, well, obviously in the comics it's like he found this rubber mattress and made a insulated Spidey suit in order to, you know, to protect himself from Electro, but obviously that's not what's going to happen in the movie. But at some point I think that the costume will go through some changes in the movie. When Andrew Garfield finds himself, you know, sort of he loses the first confrontation, he will try to sort of modify his costume, you know, to make it sort of like electricity insulated, you know, so Electro, so he will be sort of protected from all the Electro's powers, you know. And something else is going to happen later on in between the two fights, between the first confrontation and probably the final confrontation. And by the end he will obviously beat the Electro after once again a spectacular fight scene. He will battle Electro in a truly, you know, sort of like spectacular way. And actually my theory is another one. I think they might actually kill Electro in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, that's right. And it wouldn't be really surprising, you know, they killed Green Goblin in Spider-Man 1, they killed Electro, I'm sorry, they killed Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2. They might actually kill Electro, and therefore the rumored funeral scene, you know, we do know that there will be a funeral scene in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, so it might be actually Electro's funeral. Not in this issue, let me just find... I'm not sure if I be able to... well, let me just explain what happened in the one of the issues where Spidey fought Electro. I don't remember the issue number, but at some point Electro sort of like decides to kill himself, you know, he jumped into the Hudson River and it's called the short circuit, you know, and he sort of tried to kill himself, but it didn't work really. So I think in the movie he will try to probably do the same thing, you know. He will feel all the powerful and Spidey beats him and he will try to kill himself, or maybe it will happen by the accident, you know. So that's how I think things are going to turn out. And we do know that from my last video, you guys know that there will also be a chase scene, and for some reason I think it will be actually Spidey chasing somebody, not somebody chasing Spider-Man. Yeah, just like that. So, right, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that the fight in the Times Square will take place in the movie, like the fight scene between Spidey and Electro? Will it be a final confrontation? Let me know what you guys think, post your theories, and I'm out for now.